We're heavily using Claude on a daily basis. Our development teams are using it more and more. We're using it more on documentation standards. And the question is, how do we apply this to ERP? And I think this is that everybody wants to get some efficiencies out of it, but fundamentally it's not a what can AI do question, it's the other way around. At the moment, we're starting off with seeing deployment of small agents in Copilot that do some small reconciliation functions or some small sales order functions. These are very, very small, isolated use cases of it. It does not come close to the power that is available, and just how we start to deliver this and how enterprises become comfortable to expose their data.
The most interesting thing that's happening in the industry at this point in time, obviously, is the adoption of change, and partly of that being adoption of new solutions, more kind of modern technology. AI is obviously at the forefront there. Lots of people are looking at AI and trying to understand it and work out kind of the path they need to go on in order to adapt and bring that into their businesses. But it's a really exciting time because we're seeing change happening really quickly. So whereas before it might have taken a longer time to kind of implement a solution or get to the point of having new technology internally in a business, tools are automating now, and AI is helping to kind of drive some of that change that people are taking on, rather than kind of having that legacy systems in place and keeping them for a longer period of time. They want to keep up with competition. So there's this really exciting kind of period around change, I guess.
Lovely quote or lovely little use case that that happened to us yesterday on using Claude. So we're in an ERP project. We're trying to create a little proof of concept on some data, and one of our consultants was struggling to enter a position record, enter a new position. Got a bug. It's just a new bug, standard Microsoft bug, prevents saving the record in the form. So consultant phones up technical consultant who is on a different time zone, just about to finish for the day, wants to disappear out for dinner. So technical consultant's thinking, I could hand this off to another technical consultant in another time zone, but actually goes, I wonder if Claude can help here. So what he did was he took a screenshot of the error in the Dynamics application, uploaded it to Claude, gave the screenshot of the SQL, the SQL credentials of that server. It's not a production server, it's a test server, uploaded to Claude. Can you add test data into this form, please? Claude disappears off, writes some code, writes a Python script, uses the SQL credentials, injects 10 test records into said form. And we would have been completely blocked, and somebody wouldn't have made a dinner appointment. And even that little use case, because we gave it access, we gave it SQL access, we gave it the problem, it researched, it found the problem, created the data entities, filled them in with test data, delivered it, and that happened instantly. It was an hour, it had done its job and reported finished. The human way of that would have been scratching heads, a few hours with technical people. It may not have even been possible to work around it. They probably wouldn't think about creating SQL scripts because normally that would take so long. But that's an instant, an instant win for the project and for the team. Like, we get to do the proof of concept, we get to get through the blockage. This is what it can do.